Alright, so in this one, I want to go over this Reddit post and another one that basically explains why people think Legends could be dying and is or slash could be maybe dying. Now, personally, I don't agree that it is, but let's just go through it, right? Because people think this is actually true, accurate, whatever the case is, and I don't think they understand the Dragon Ball IP as a whole. So let's go over it. Hello, guys. Now the third anniversary has officially ended. Third anniversary's technically still not ended yet, but okay. I was researching over the game's revenue, and it was kind of shocking how low it went compared to Dokkan's third anniversary, especially at Japan when I have reliable sources for their numbers. JP Legends third anniversary, 8.5 billion yen. Okay. Dokkan's third anniversary, 75 billion yen. Okay. Keeping in mind that every single month out of any anniversary, Dokkan made way more profit than Legends anniversary itself, and also the revenue tends to go down when the years go by. We can take JP Dokkan's 6th anniversary, 49, basically 50 billion yen, which is way lower than JP Dokkan's 3rd anniversary, which was 75 billion yen, and Legends 3rd anniversary is already showing this downfall comparing to JP Legends anniversary, which was 10 billion yen. This Annie is the worst we had so far in terms of revenue, barely hitting the top grossing on a few countries, while Global Dokkan made over 11 with ease on its 6th anniversary. Oh, he's comparing Global Dokkan. Oh, God. This guy. Okay, this guy's not smart. According to it, the game won't even reach top grossing next year, and according to Goresh, I highly doubt he said this, their last attempt to milk money before extinction will be the Summonable Ultras. That's completely incorrect. I'm just going to be honest with you, that's just wrong. What do you guys think about it? How will be the game lifespan if we keep this rhythm, blah, blah. Be prepared for a massive celebration at the end of the year, as they did with UI plus Gogeta Blue, at the attempt of reaching a certain profit goal, which they did in 2020 by striking 60% more money than 2020 anniversary period, considering how bad third was. Okay, so let me explain something, because I really don't feel like people are informed, and I feel like this is very misguided, and I kind of don't like that this guy posted this, because not that it could be accurate, because it's not accurate, firstly, but it's just misguided information. So, why did Dokkan 3rd anniversary shit stomp Legends 3rd anniversary by 10 times over? Dokkan 3rd anniversary, gachas weren't really still a thing. Dokkan was the foundation of what gacha games are. The IP of Dragon Ball, plus being a gacha game, was Dokkan. That is where everything started. If you played Dokkan 1st anniversary, before 1st anniversary, 2nd anniversary, up until 3rd anniversary, that's when it really took off Dokkan. Since then, Dokkan's been skyrocketing since, up and up and up. Now, comparing Legends 3rd anniversary with such a saturated market that there is now, compared to Dokkan when it came out 3rd anniversary 3 years ago, isn't fair. It's not, because there were no other gacha games back then. If there were, they weren't very good, and there were no anime-based gacha games like we have Grand Cross, One Piece, Naruto Blazing, which we had some of these back then, but they weren't successful, and they've shut down by now because they don't have the IP to back it up. The reason why you're seeing all this downturn of, revenue even for Dokkan, it's not because the games themselves are innately becoming worse and worse. It's because there's more games, there's more variety of people to pick from. Some people like Dragon Ball, but they also like Grand Cross. So maybe some people will spend half on Dragon Ball, half on Grand Cross. And this, I really don't like this. He compared Global Dokkan to JP Dokkan. Or to Legends, I guess, whatever. He compared Global Dokkan, though. That's not fair. Let me explain what, again, because it doesn't make any sense. JP market is very much more competitive than the global market. So when you say Global Dokkan hit top grossing in 11 different countries, it doesn't mean anything. Sure, hitting in the US means a little bit, and hitting it anywhere else means zero if it's not Japan. Why? Because in the Japanese market, in the Japanese app store, you will see millions and millions more gacha games than you will see in an iOS app store in US-based any other country that's not Japan. So comparing JP top grossing to global top grossing is not fair. Why do you think JP doesn't even hit top grossing sometimes? There's a fucking horse girl racing game that outbeats global, or JP Dokkan rather. And JP Dokkan is about 90% of Dokkan's revenue, just for reference. So when you say global hit top grossing in 11 countries, you're really saying something that sounds really good, but really it means nothing. Because again, JP is the revenue of Dokkan. JP is the revenue of these gacha games. We are the minority of these revenues. We don't matter for the revenue. Hitting top grossing does not mean we are making them a lot of money, because it's situational, right? If I hit top grossing in Germany, but the German App Store has like 37, mobile gacha games, and then the Japanese App Store has 37,000, which one matters more? Obviously the Japanese one, right? So comparing that, I really dislike. Gresh did not say. If he said this, Gresh is an idiot. I'll be honest. I doubt he said this because that just sounds stupid. Their last attempt to milk money before extinction will be the Sonnable Ultras. No, what? That doesn't even make any sense. How would that be their last attempt? If that were their last attempt, they wouldn't have made them free to play to start off. Did they make Legends Limited units free to play to start off? No, nothing. They didn't do any of the sort. That's just inaccurate and incorrect. I don't know if that's true what he said, but if it is, then that's just incorrect fully. And I mean, I don't think he's dumb. I think Gresh is smart, so I don't think he said something stupid like that. I think this guy just wanted to throw in that point to make it sound more valid to what he's saying. But no, these numbers aren't really comparable. Sure, Legends could be making more money. Sure, Legends could be in a better spot, but Legends is not in a bad spot at all. You have to also understand something, and we'll go over another thing that I don't know if it defends or argues against this whole post, because I know someone did I don't know what it's called. They kind of responded to this post, I guess, with another post. But you can't compare. It's the Dragon Ball IP. Even if we look here, right, we could look at both games. Okay, 3rd anniversary. What came out? What was already out for Dokkan at 3rd anniversary? Let's look. So they had Trunks. Oh, look, this Trunks. We don't have the physical one right there. Super physical. Let's see. What else? You just scroll through a little bit. I think the Super Saiyan 3 Goku came out by then. LR Team Bardock, or LR Bardock himself. Prime Battle, Super Saiyan Vegeta. This Trunks, this Frieza. Look at these things. Look at all of this. And I know it's not everything here. They had Super Gogeta, an actual real one that's I will destroy you, blah blah blah. Actually looks cool. They have a lot more hype stuff in Dokkan, more than Legends ever does. Understand that we have 6 Bojacks. Legends, if they wanted to spew money, do Dragon Ball Heroes crossover. Do, I don't know, fucking Ultra Instinct, Master Ultra Instinct. Do Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Legends isn't trying to spew money, and every single gacha game is, but Legends isn't like, oh, we must. Dokkan, you released Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Obviously, you were trying to spew the money. Dokkan, you released Majin Vegeta. That does his final atonement. They were trying to spew the money because, you know why? The gacha market wasn't saturated when Dokkan came out. So the smart thing for them to do, which I appreciate that they did because it's actually smart and they actually use business tactics, when there's no other competition, you just go and go and go. And that's what Dokkan did early on. Do you not realize that Dokkan now is re-releasing what they released when everything didn't exist? They just released another Super Gogeta, a base Goku and Vegeta that goes into Super Gogeta. They did that for 3rd anniversary. You know why? Because you can re-release, because the gacha market is so saturated, they need to re-release these re-hype things. Even it's legitimately the same exact thing repeated. They're re-releasing it because they need to re-release these hype characters. You think they made a lot of money with Videl? No. Given, they made some money, they didn't hit top grossing, they didn't hit these numbers that you want to spew. It's just inaccuracy, and it's really not fair to compare 3-year difference, because 3 years ago the market for gacha games did not exist how it is now. You do not understand how many gacha games there are nowadays compared to back then. It's crazy. And I'm looking at this and it's just like, you can't compare it. You just can't. It's not realistic. It's just not. Because Legends and Dokkan are separate entities. And not everyone's going to like PvP. Not everyone's going to like PvE. And it's more that just the market than anything. There's no real comparison to the games. It's just that the market doesn't make sense to where it is now because everything's so fucking saturated. I'm trying to find the other post that spoke about it. If I could. Yeah, here it is. Okay. This is going to be a long one. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's read. I didn't read this yet, so let's just see what he says. I'm just curious to what people are thinking. This is a disclaimer. Legends dev team still has much to improve on. I won't deny that. Reverting to old banner formats without changing new rates improving the pity system, more PvE content. They're improving the pity system. They did. They didn't update tickets yet, but they're about to update the red tickets, so that's nice. The third Annie was pretty good, minus the ship banner formats. But the comparisons to Dokkan in terms of revenue makes little to no sense. Okay, I like this guy already. Wow. Dokkan does better than us because they have a larger fan base. Dokkan does better because PvE is more favored than PvP, because you cannot PvP when you're on your way to the fucking, gym or something, when you're on the train and you're losing service every other minute, or some similar idea to that. You can't PvP when you're fucking trying to read a book. Like, you can't. You have to focus on it. People like PvE because it's more relaxed, laid back. Look at games like WoW. I don't fucking know what else is PvE, but like WoW, World of Warcraft. You like that because you're more laid back. You don't have to do so much intensity. It's just a grinding simulator, a sandbox, if you will. That's what Dokkan is, a sandbox. Larger fan base, blah, blah, blah. Legends has only 1/5 of Dokkan's fan base, and in terms of downloads, it's even worse. Again, that really doesn't play a factor. It really doesn't. Dokkan has amassed 350 million downloads, while Legends has only reached 50 million. Again, okay, I don't know where these people are getting these facts. I understand Dokkan says 350 million download when they had their worldwide download celebrations where they do global and JP together. That's just more or less to spew out the celebration. Notice how they call it now worldwide download celebration. You know why? Because they can't bullshit their numbers anymore. That's like, oh, we hit 500 million. Oh, we hit 550. Oh, we hit 600. Firstly, no one cares about the numbers of how many downloads, because I'll tell you what, you re-download, you delete the game, re-download, delete the game. That's called re-rolling. You think those numbers are actually true? No. They're very inflated for Legends and Dokkan, because people delete the game, reinstall, re-roll, delete the game, reinstall, re-roll to pull the units they want for, let's say, an anniversary, a big celebration. So no, those numbers are also inaccurate. So these numbers people need to stop using because they're just wrong. Even if Dokkan mistreated their fan base and Legends didn't, Dokkan still gained more revenue or hit top grossing more. They don't mistreat their fan base. They know they can't do that. So just look at Legends' first anniversary, for example. Everyone praises it, and yet it still wasn't able to surpass Dokkan's fourth Annie in terms of downloads, popularity, top grossing, or even player growth. Who people praise first anniversary? First anniversary was dry. We got a free red Vegito, and that's all I remember. That was really bad first anniversary. I think this anniversary is the best with content. And it's not good. Like, saying the best means it's just the best of the other two. But I don't know anyone praises first anniversary. And fourth anniversary of Dokkan was its best anniversary until the sixth one. So, again, you're comparing literally the worst part of Legends, the first anniversary, to the best part of Dokkan up until recent history. Because fourth anniversary Dokkan gave a lot of events, a lot of summon currency. Like, you're just, again, this is spewing nonsense. I'm not even sure if the fourth Annie was even their best or second best Annie. Right now, technically, it is their second best Annie, because sixth anniversary is better. Now let's look at Dokkan's first 3 years. Dokkan was the first official Dragon Ball Z game for mobile, with really immersive gameplay. You pop bubbles. It literally had no other Dragon Ball game like it. It had no such competitor in the Dragon Ball game market till 3 years later. No. It's accurate, but it's also inaccurate. Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle had no competition for the first 3 years of its lifespan because other gacha games didn't exist. Not just other Dragon Ball games. Other gacha games weren't existing. That's what made it shine. At that point, Dokkan already gained all the traction it needed to propel itself into being a very popular game. So of course, there were more people on Dokkan than a new game like Legends. Sure, you can say that Dokkan did better in terms of revenue during their third Annie compared to Legends. Like what I've seen some people using as straw man arguments, but you should realize that the reason it was like that is because Dokkan had no other competition. Thank you. During this third Annie, Legends has to compete with Dokkan, a game that has existed 2 times longer than it, and is more popular. Okay, this guy needs to stop comparing. You have to compare the whole gacha market. You can't just compare Legends to Dokkan, because that's just a losing argument. Legends is going to make less than Dokkan. Dokkan is more favored because PvE is more favored. People do not care about PvP as much as PvE. That's just a straight up fact. Especially on a phone game, people will not care as much. There's no arguing that. Dokkan will win that argument 24/7. Compare the whole gacha market with PvP and PvE games, then you'll understand why Legends revenue is 10 times lower than Dokkan's was at 3rd anniversary. You can't compare them one to another. Compare the whole market, then you will understand it. The understanding is the market is saturated. There are more games people want to play. Dokkan did not have this issue. If it did, it would be Legends shoes right now. Maybe a little better off, honestly. Do you think that Legends was the one to come out 3 years? Okay, I just mentioned this. 3 years before Dokkan, that Dokkan would still have more players or revenue, blah, blah, blah. If Legends came out when Dokkan came, let's say they were reversed, right? Dokkan came out 3 years later, Dokkan would be dead. Dokkan wouldn't have thrived or been anything. Honestly, there's just other gacha games that are so much better. Dokkan was just the foundation that started everything, and that's why everyone played it, because it propelled everything else. Everything started from Dokkan, truly. So if Dokkan came out now, it would not be as successful as Legends is, I think. Maybe. I mean, if they really, like, if they had the animations that they do now, maybe. But if they had the animations they did when they started Dokkan, then no. Which I assume they would have the new animations, yeah. Legends could still abuse their player base and all that, but them having that 3-year advantage over Dokkan will put them in the same spot now as Dokkan as over Legends. You don't believe me? You still don't believe me? You still hate Dragon Ball Legends? All of this, despite all this, right? It's a Dragon Ball game. That's already a reason within itself. And I haven't included how beautiful Legends looks for a mobile game. It looks alright. It's not that. Dokkan looks better than Legends, but the Legends is 3D models, which takes a lot longer to make. Dokkan is 2D models, which you can pump 2D models out easily. Like, you literally just have images, 3D models you have to create, render. We go over every single frame of them. That's why they use the same animations for a lot of units that are free to play, because creating 3D models is hard. So it looks okay, Legends, but 3D models never look amazing, right? P.S. Remember, this was the same thing everyone said last year, Annie, that the game would either die out or some other bullshit I can't read. But at least then it was more plausible than this one. Last year's Annie was shit in every way. This one wasn't all that bad. First Annie was still surpassed by Dokkan's 4th Annie, and despite 1st anniversary being awesome, or at least sounding awesome, the bottom line is that we can compare how Dokkan treats its player and compare it to Legends, but comparing it in terms of revenue / top grossing makes no sense and isn't even fair at all. You can't compare how Dokkan treats Legends. Okay, let me emphasize this because I feel like people don't understand it, and maybe people will get it more if I make sense of it. Why Dokkan's treated like a king while Legends is treated, I guess comparably, like a fucking frog, right? Like, okay, let me explain. Dokkan is, like I've said 30 times, the basis of everything that is in the gacha market now. These other games would not have been created, would not have been thought of to be created if Dokkan didn't blow up like it did. The reason for that is because the Dragon Ball IP carried it, and people like the ease of content that's just, okay, I click a bubble, okay, I play Candy Crush, but with Dragon Ball characters. Essentially, that's what Dokkan is. Nowadays, it's a little more complicated. You actually have to use your brain to make teams, to do hard events, but back in its heyday, Dokkan was just click bubbles, don't pay attention, and then pull for things you want to get for, because that's gambling. People like the aspect of gambling, trying to get things, win a valuable prize because they did this work or they spent this money, blah, 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 blah. Dokkan blew up, and that's why they are treated like this. Dokkan, Japanese Dokkan, so JP Dokkan, will never make a mistake like Global Dokkan does. Let me give you a reference, besides one mistake that they made, and they really, amended it. They made a mistake on a banner 2 years ago, I think. I think it was like STR Rose or something for Dokkan. And the mistake was they had an SR, basically an extreme, known, an SR art. No, hold on, let me get this right. They had a Super Saiyan Blue Goku that was an SSR, so he's sparking. But the art was Sin Shenron, right? An SR, an extreme. And they amended it. What'd they do? This was for Global Dokkan only. They gave a few stones. Now, JP Dokkan had a similar issue with the same banner, I think. They had Super Saiyan 3 Broly to Dragon Ball Heroes, and they had it where he had his transformed, so he awakened. I can't explain awakening more. If you play Dokkan, you know what awakening is. He was already transcended into an ultra rare. And they had that issue. and the banner. So the banner was that you'd pull the ultra rare. Again, it's the same thing, right? You're going to pull this unit, but really you're pulling this unit. On the global and JP side, the same issue, basically. Well, the JP side, they refunded every single stone you spent, the Dokkan currency, every single amount you spent, they refunded you if you spent on that banner. And they gave compensation for that on top of it. You know why? Because that's their child. This is the foundation of gachas. That's why you can't really compare JP Dokkan, which is the superior Dokkan because it's more catered to, because obviously it's where it all started. JP's ahead of Dokkan Global by, 4 or 5 months, whatever it is. That's where it all started. That's why they cater to them. They made this. They made the starting. They're not going to let you get treated like Legends players. They're not going to be like, oh, okay, well, we had this Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks bug where he faints double the chance of the shit that's actually shown in game for 5 months. They don't care enough to fix that. The baby is Dokkan. The foundation is Dokkan. So no, Legends isn't dying, just that Dokkan is more favored because Dokkan started this shit. Without Dokkan, Legends wouldn't exist. Straight up. Dokkan made Legends. Legends is made from the things people that played Dokkan wanted in a different game. Because firstly, there's a quota that they used to have, I believe they don't have it anymore, make one Dragon Ball game a year. Guess what Dragon Ball game they made 2 years before Kakarot, a year before Fighters? Legends. Legends was their game that they made that year. Then they made Fighters, then they made Kakarot, whatever else. And here we are now. I don't think that quota exists anymore, but they had that quota. So getting feedback from Dokkan players, what do you want to see in a different mobile game that's still Dragon Ball? Legends spawned. Legends was created from Dokkan. And with that, Legends is not dying. Legends is nowhere close to dying. Again, that statement of Ultras being like their last sell-off, no, you're wrong. They wouldn't. It doesn't make logical sense, because if that were the case, we would have had a summonable Ultra. The first Ultra would have been summonable. Namek Goku, like the same one we got, he would have been summonable. He would have been 10 times more broken. He would have been summonable. He would have been great. No, it's not the case. It's just inaccurate. That is not what's happening. If it were, then maybe you can make a case, but no. If Ultras were summonable already, then sure, but they aren't. Please understand this. Legends isn't dying anytime soon. These Reddit posts are stupid. Reddit is very stupid. It's more or less fun to see the stupidity and the comparisons that they make, because everything that I've read here is just inaccurate, and it more sounds just like they want the game to die. But yet these people are on the Legends subreddit, so why are they here if they want the game to die? I don't get it. I don't know. But I just thought it'd be fun to look at. Let me know what you guys think, if Legends is dying or not, in your opinion. Again, I've summarized what I think from facts and my actual opinion of knowledge of playing both games, because I played Dokkan like a lot for like 4 years straight. Then I played Legends once the first anniversary hit, and then kind of dropped Dokkan. I still have it, on my phone and all that, but dropped it. I played Dokkan for 4 years though. I kind of know how the system works. I watched these people. I played the game. I did all this. I did the same thing everyone else has done. Usually people that play Legends now came from Dokkan. So I think I know what I'm talking about. But if you disagree, let me know. Let me know what you guys think of all this. If you guys maybe think Legends is dying, explain why to me. Explain it more coherent than these people have, because what they explain is nonsense and truly just incorrect. Could be an argument where I see you could explain it a little more proper, but I don't want to argue it because I don't think Legends is dying. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.